Hello everybody, this is Dig, and I'm bringing you a 1v1 game on Metalopolis with Achaia and Rice. Rice is the Terran, and he is the pink Terran, spawning up in the upper right corner, and Achaia is the orange zerg, spawning down in the lower left corner. We just saw a very early SCV move out from Rice. Rice is in the Master League. Achaia is not. He's a high-level diamond player, very good, and this is a 1v1 game in a tournament that we had recently. And that scout is very early, and the reason I'm bringing this game to you is because of the strat that Rice uses. He uses a Thor dropping strat. Started off by a rush. The rush here, he's going to come down. The drone is going to see him scout, but I don't think he thought anything of it, thinking maybe they're in close positions. As soon as he sees where the Zerg is, he's going to come down and he's going to make a barracks right outside of the Zerg's base. This barracks is going to be used for either Marines or a bunker rush. In this case, he chooses to use it for a bunker rush. If you are going Marines, you can throw down a couple more barracks and do a very strong timing push, especially if that proxy barracks let stay up. Achaia is scouting the map, but he has not figured out where Rice is yet. And when he does, you'll still see him building his barracks. So he's running around the map trying to find him. Just to let you guys know, like, Achaia plays with very fast APM. Rice actually does not, even though he's in the Master League. I should bring up the APM tab shortly. But the reason I say this is because it's very easy to get to the Masters League without having 200 APM or something ridiculous. And ignore the pings. When we were watching it, we had a bunch of spectators, and spectators were pinging all over the place. Probably because Achaia didn't know where the heck Rice was till finally now, and they were just pinging. So you see this first bunker going down. This bunker is more for defense. It's not going to be able to reach the mineral line. Achaia still is unaware that this bunker is here. He just now becomes aware of where the bunker is, and that bunker is in range of probably these first four mineral patches. He is going to throw a spine crawler down. Now, the reason that it's so important to get this barracks here is that you need to gain vision of the high ground. You're going to lift up the barracks and use that for sight. As soon as the barracks finishes, he gets 2 Marines in it, and he starts going to work on the Queen, the spine crawlers, and the mineral line. And you can see Rice does his vision, and he's able to hit those first couple drones. So this denies mining to about 4 mineral patches. And if you get enough of Marines in there, about 3 Marines, pretty much kill drones pretty quickly. Achaia is responding to this appropriately by getting 2 spine crawlers out of range. Spine crawlers actually outrange Marines and bunkers. He'll be able to use those spine crawlers to kill the bunker, and be able to continue to mine. At this point in the game, the supply is relatively close. It's 17 to 20, and the harvester differential is only 4. So Achaia is not out of this. Our orange zerg player is not out of this. He has the ability to still come back. He is behind on income. Mules really give Terran a big advantage when the harvester count is close. But Achaia should be able to quickly dispatch of this bunker. Sadly, that spine crawler was just out of range. Rice is expanding behind this, and he's getting an engineering bay for whatever reason, probably a planetary fortress. So finally, Achaia does look to have a spine crawler in range. It is in range, and he goes to work on that bunker. He is using a SCV to repair it some, but this won't last long. The queen has a very, very long range when it comes to attacking air. It's range 7, so the queen can actually outrange the bunker and be able to hit the barracks while it's in the air. At this point, Achaia should have really killed those 2 Marines as they are moving out. There's no excuse for those Marines making it across the map as they are. If you look at your mini map, there's 2 little pink dots moving across. He does, however, check to see if there's any expansion, and there isn't. He's meanwhile expanded the gold. If you're behind, you might as well do something to get you back into this game. The one good thing that Achaia did do is he went speedlings. These speedlings allow him to have control of the entire map with just relatively small numbers of units. Quickly searching for any more proxy buildings, meanwhile droning up the entire time. So with those lings out, you'll be able to see if there is a push coming and macro up back at home. Trying to get this planetary fortress up at the gold, this is not going to happen. We do already have an armory on the way, and this is the main reason why I am uploading this replay. Finally, the harvester count is the same. Now remember, the Terran does have mules, so they will have the economic advantage on even harvester counts. But hopefully soon, as soon as this the gold base just finished and he transferred drones, so the economy for Zerg should skyrocket, and Achaia has a chance of winning this game. So he's going for Rice, that is going for a starport, and an armory. This is obviously for Thor drops. Thor drops can be very, very effective in this matchup, especially for a Zerg player that's still on hatchery tech. It's very hard to stop. The medevac can just keep on picking up the Thor, avoiding damage. You can move Thor, give Thor's sight over ridges. It allows Thors to pretty much be very mobile units and very hard to kill. He does, maybe these lings might be able to scout this expansion. Rice is double expanding. However, it seems like those lings just decided to chill and wait at the natural and not go up into the main. One thing, if you do have a lot of speedlings, it's good to do is to put at least a ling at each tower and like 1 or 2 lings at the closest expansions to the Terran, just so you know when they are trying to expand. It's only like a 25 mineral investment, and that would be something that Achaia probably, if he wasn't flustered in this game, would do. But you can see his APM is very high compared to Rice's, and Rice is microing a Thor drop right now, so you can see it takes relatively little APM to actually implement these strategies. But we should have a Baneling bus going on, and this is what I'm talking about. The Baneling bus goes straight into the supply depot, honing that supply depot, and into the mineral line. Now, when you have Banelings in a mineral line, and you get down to about this number 5, it takes 2 Banelings to kill an SCV. You gotta make sure that you split them up so these SCVs can't just run around in a circle and let a Thor just absolutely decimate them. So the Thor takes out all the Banelings, and the sad thing is that he probably could have killed all of his workers there. However, he still does have a big advantage. He's 6 workers ahead, and his income is over twice that of the Terran. This Thor is going to move out solo, Rambo Thor, and it should be picked off by these speedlings. Thor will go down. Meanwhile, there is a drop going on at the natural, and you can see this Thor already has 8 kills, 9 kills, 10 kills, 11 kills, 12 kills, 13. It just keeps on racking up the kills, moving the spine crawler over to protect the lair. Meanwhile, Rice was trying to expand, Achaia wisely denying it. But this Thor, especially against weaker units, can just destroy them. And this whole time, Zerg has been having to just crank out speedlings. He's not cranking out the roaches or hydras or mutas even. It's very just this low tier tech units. and you can see the army size is basically exactly the same. 54 for the Zerg player and 55 for the Terran player. Rice, what he did here was he using the medevacs, you can actually get the Thors to like lift off the Thors and get them out of conflict before they die. Banelings coming in, finishing off what was left of that barracks. We can see that Banelings are really wasted on Thors, not cost effective at all. You lose a lot of valuable units to do inflicting almost no damage. The Thor, once it gets repaired, it's basically like a new unit. Rice has done a good job of keeping his Thors alive throughout this game, and this is what makes the Terran army so effective, is with medevacs to heal your biological units and the ability to repair your mechanical ones, you can keep an army alive and not have to throw away units. This allows Rice to get a lead. His macro is off. Terran is not his main race. Zerg actually is, but you can see he's a pretty good player with a Terran, as you can see. He is going to work on the main again, and this double drop causes Achaia to take a third base and transfers all his drones. But at this point, the Zerg has just been continually cranking out speedlings, has not been able to tech up past a lair, and this Thor already has 38, 39, 40 kills. And what's sad is to prevent a surround, you just pick up the Thor. So the key to the strategy is you get the Zerg all flustered with the bunker rush, immediately tech the Thors, and just start dropping the crap out of the Zerg. Now this isn't a diss, he did not diss Achaia, he dropped down those mules, because one, Rice's macro sucks as Terran, and two, you can repair the Thor, and you can look at that Thor, 61 kills on it, almost makes these things immortal, so to speak. And gaining sight with that medevac overhead, the positioning of the Thor keeps it from getting surrounded by lings, and just really exploits the architecture of this map. This queen has no chance at killing the Thor. Queens do, I think, 4 melee damage. It's really quite pathetic against the Thor. 72 kills. This Baneling's nest is going to go down. Meanwhile, the Harvester count is still close. Achaia is only 4 behind. However, he is denied expansion. He's killed the gold expansion, and he's now even dropping Achaia's last mining base with a Thor that has almost 50 kills. Lifting off the medevac. There's really not much Achaia can do. The only thing he has that shoots up is a queen, which does do decent damage against air, but not well enough, and this is probably going to be GG, as Achaia is down to 5 harvesters, and then there's the GG. So the reason I wanted to bring this game to you is to show you the might of the Terran army, which you probably already know, and just how effective Thors can be. Hey, so thank you for watching this replay. Hopefully you guys found it educational, and see just how effective Thor drops can be against Zerg.